In a windswept winter landscape, a lost boy wanders alone until he meets a friendly mole, and together they set off on a gentle odyssey. This 34-minute animated short film is a faithful adaptation of Charlie Mackesy's best-selling 2019 picture book. It features the voices of Jude Coward Nicoll the boy, Tom Hollander the mole, Idris Elba the fox, and Gabriel Byrne the horse. As they trek through moors, streams, and snow, the four companions, each with their own vulnerabilities, form an unlikely band of friends. The boy has never had a home and yearns for belonging. The mole is curious, optimistic, and yes, partial to cake. The fox is wary after being hurt by life, and the horse is gentle and wise, hiding a mysterious gift and a secret of isolation. Their simple conversations, drawn in Mackesy's ink and watercolor style, carry profound truths.
What can you see?
Nothing really.
Oh. What do you want to be when you grow up?
Kind.
Nothing beats kindness. It sits quietly beyond all things.
In this way, the film turns every small moment into a meditation on love, friendship, and healing. As Collider noted, it is literally pulled from the pages of the detailed original work, feeling less like a short film with a progressing story and more like a moving book. The narrative is simple yet deeply moving. The boy and mole first bond by a river in the wilderness and soon encounter a hungry fox. Initially frightened, the boy and mole later find that the fox is caught in a hunter's trap. Despite his fear, the mole compassionately frees the fox, who scurries away in shame. The next day, when the mole is swept downstream, the fox races to save him, repaying kindness with courage.
You did so well.
One of our greatest freedoms is how we react to things. Hello? Oh.
Hello.
Hello. Have you been here a while?
It feels that way.
Are you lost?
No.
We are, but we have a plan.
Trio meet a majestic horse who has been ostracized by other horses for being different. He reveals that he is actually a Pegasus born to fly. In the scene's quiet revelation, the horse reassures the boy, "We have such a long way to go," to which the horse gently replies, "Yes."
The fox never really speaks.
No. And it's lovely he's with us.
To be honest, I often feel I've got nothing interesting to say.
Being honest is always interesting.
Oh no! Where are the lights? I can't see them anymore. It feels like we have such a long way to go.
I know. But look how far we've come.
I just don't think I can do this. I'm never going to find a home.
You know, sometimes your mind plays tricks on you. It can tell you you're no good, that it's all hopeless. But I've discovered this. You are loved and important, and you bring to this world things that no one else can. So hold on.
At last they glimpse lights of a distant village, and for a moment the boy thinks he has found a home. But day breaks, and the village vanishes like a dream. In the glowing dawn, surrounded by his new friends, the boy realizes that home isn't always a place. In that moment of epiphany, he declares that home is wherever loved ones are, hand in paw. The four friends stay together under a canopy of stars, a found family content in each other's company. From the first meeting, friendship blossoms as a healing force. The boy, shy and vulnerable, gains courage from the mole's warmth and cake-fueled humor. The mole, ever optimistic, finds purpose in helping others even at personal risk. In one telling exchange, friendship is shelter. "What do we do when our hearts hurt?" the boy asks. And the horse answers with simple wisdom, "We wrap them with friendship, shared tears, and time." This beautiful metaphor of hearts cocooned in the comfort of friends captures how companionship can heal emotional wounds. Another time, the horse offers comfort in adversity. "We don't know about tomorrow," he admits. "All we need to know is that we love each other." Here, love itself becomes a refuge, an anchor when the future is uncertain. One critic praises the film as an animated tale of love and hope, noting that every scene pulses with warmth. Indeed, the boy, the mole, the fox, and the horse repeatedly shows that kindness begets kindness. The mole's act of freeing the fox teaches the boy that compassion can soften even fear. The fox's rescue of the mole teaches that even the wounded can become heroes. As a recent college review observes, the characters explore the power of being true to oneself, the power of love and friendship, and the beauty, if we only take the time to look for it. These friendships celebrate unconditional acceptance. Each character reveals a personal fear or shame. The boy fears being ordinary, the horse fears being different. The mole gently rebuffs the boy's insecurity. "Sometimes I worry you'll all realize I'm ordinary," admits the boy. The mole responds with a line that has resonated with many. "Love doesn't need you to be extraordinary." Simple and profound, this line comforts anyone who has felt ordinary or overlooked. In another tender moment, the boy whispers that the fox never speaks. The horse replies, "It's lovely he is with us." No words are needed, presence itself is enough. These passages underline that friendship need not depend on achievement or eloquence, but on simply being there for one another. Indeed, the narrative suggests that home and belonging are found in community. When the boy sees lights of a village, he grasps at the hope of a literal home. But as morning erases the lights, his friends remind him that love brings you home. In the film's last line, the horse softly concludes, "Home isn't always a place, it's wherever loved ones are." This revelation transforms the boy's quest. He sought bricks and walls, but learns that home is an emotion nurtured by acceptance and care. As one commentator notes, this shadow of universal desire for paradise is etched on Mackesy's heart and conveyed through these characters. The concept echoes the writer's own reflection that life is difficult, but you are loved, a juxtaposition that recurs throughout the story. The film beautifully reframes vulnerability as courage. The most famous exchange, "What is the bravest thing you've ever said?" asked the boy. "Help," said the horse, resonates as a modern aphorism. The horse continues, "Asking for help isn't giving up, it's refusing to give up." These lines, lifted straight from Mackesy's pages, became a cultural touchstone. They went viral on social media and have been quoted by everyone from influencers to parenting blogs. In private interviews, Mackesy has explained that this insight came from his own life, from a conversation with adventurer Bear Grylls about true courage. In the film, this scene gives voice to a simple truth: true bravery can be asking for aid. As Stoic philosopher Ryan Holiday notes, courage is also asking for help, and he often cites this very line. In context, it means that admitting weakness is actually a profound act of self-care and resilience.
What's the bravest thing you've ever said?
Help. Asking for help isn't giving up. It's refusing to give up.
The horse, despite his imposing size and secret power to fly, also admits fear. "Everyone is a bit scared, but we are less scared together," he says. The subtitle might well be, "We are less scared together." Even the strongest characters acknowledge fear. but together they make it bearable. This communal courage contrasts with prideful self-sufficiency. It conveys a stoic thread. Accept what you cannot control, fearful feelings, but support each other through it. Indeed, Mackesy's gentle words mirror ancient wisdom. He writes, "Imagine how it would be if we were less afraid," the mole suggests. Most of the old moles I know wish they had listened less to their fears and more to their dreams. This echo of classical thought that a life governed by purpose, dreams, is fuller than one ruled by fear, brings to mind Stoic calls to master the mind over anxiety. In effect, each character conquers something. The boy finds the courage to hope, the mole finds strength to act, the fox finds trust in friendship, and the horse finds the courage to ask for help himself. Beneath its simple story lies a web of philosophical and spiritual echoes. Many readers and scholars have noted that Mackesy's text is laden with scripture-like truths and moral philosophy. One critic calls the book, and by extension the film, spirituality picture book that offers love as the meaning of life. Indeed, the characters' brief dialogues often mirror timeless wisdom. When the boy wonders out loud about strength and faith, the horse gently assures him, "You'll catch up," a line reminiscent of scriptures about faith beyond sight. In the background, Mackesy's watercolor spreads, and loose ink drawings create an aura of quiet meditation, as though we are witnessing illustrations from a fable of the soul.
Ah, now, tears fall for a reason, and they're your strength, not weakness.
I think you believe in me more than I do.
You'll catch up. Life is difficult, but you are loved.
Some viewers perceive a Christian allegory. The four friends can be seen as parts of one person's soul, or as a Christ-like figure, the selfless boy, among companions. Mackesy himself once explained in The Guardian that all four characters represent different parts of the same person. The inquisitive boy stands for our inner child, the mole for enthusiasm and desire, the fox for the wounded part of us, and the horse for our deepest wisdom or spirit. This psychological reading invites us to see the journey as an internal dialogue on hope and healing. The fact that each character learns, the horse discovers he is loved despite being different, the boy learns he is enough, suggests a kind of universal message. We often carry all these parts within ourselves, and reconciliation among them brings wholeness. Other interpretations link the story to existentialism. In existential thought, meaning is not preordained but created through our choices and relationships. The boy's transformation embodies this. Instead of finding meaning in a fixed place, the village, he creates meaning in his relationships. The film ends with a cluster of lines that feel almost like a personal philosophy. "Sometimes I feel lost," admits the boy. The mole replies, "But we love you and love brings you home." Home isn't always a place, and it's a community where you are accepted. This sentiment resonates with the existential idea that home and belonging are emotional states built through love, not mere geography. By asking fundamental questions in a childlike way, what is love? What is bravery? The film invites viewers to find their own answers, much as existentialists would.
And look at the stars.
So, you know all about me?
Yes,
And you still love me?
we love you all the more.
That's why we're here, isn't it?
For cake?
To love and be loved.
Stoicism also finds an echo in the film's wisdom. The horse's acceptance of uncertainty, "We don't know about tomorrow, all we need to know is that we love each other," reflects a stoic calm in the face of the unknown, focusing only on what is within one's power, love and kindness. The scene by the river where the mole encourages the boy to fear the wild less and dream more mirrors stoic teachings about not yielding to fear of nature or fate. Though Mackesy does not cite Marcus Aurelius, his words, "Most old moles listen less to their fears and more to their dreams," feel like a gentle stoic reminder. In fact, the book's author discussed his craft on Stoic-themed podcasts, and Stoic commentators applaud the idea that asking for help is refusing to give up as a powerful redefinition of courage.
What was that? Imagine how we'd be if we were less afraid.
Most of the old moles I know wish they'd listened less to their fears and more to their dreams. What do you dream about?
Home.
Oh. What's that like?
I don't know. I'm not sure. But I know I need one.
When the big things feel out of control, focus on what you love right under your nose.
Oh, I like that.
This storm will pass.
More overtly spiritual readers have observed biblical parallels. One critic highlights that the wisdom of the story often asks the same questions and results in answers similar to those of gospel sayings. For example, the notion that nearly everything happens on the inside is noted as scripture adjacent, recalling Jesus' teaching that purity comes from the heart, Matthew 15:11. The trajectory of forgiveness and service among the characters, the mole saves his predator, the fox saves the mole, the horse carries them all, can be read as enactments of the Golden Rule or the Good Samaritan parable. Toward the end, the apostle's teaching surfaces in the boy's reflections. He admits, "And sometimes I think you believe in me more than I do." And the horse answers, "You'll catch up," evoking 1 John 4:19. We love because he first loved us. In this way, the film frames love itself as a divine gift to be received and mirrored. As columnist Julian Kwadniewski suggests, even cynical viewers might hear familiar spiritual truths. "We love because he first loved us," he writes, indicating that listening to the horse's gentle assurance might open one's ears to a loving creator's voice. Since its publication, The Boy, the Mole, the Fox, and the Horse has resonated strongly with people grappling with mental health and loneliness. The animated film continues this legacy. Viewers report feeling genuinely uplifted, a kind of warm tearfulness that speaks to hope. As one student critic puts it, "Whether book or film, it is a truly enriching story that speaks to the power of love, friendship, and kindness." The film acknowledges real emotional struggles. Each character voices fear, doubt, or sadness. Importantly, these feelings are normalized. In a pivotal scene by a crackling fire, the boy voices anxiety, "I feel alone," and the mole replies, "We all feel it, and sometimes you'll feel sad, but you must remember," reminding him of love and support. In this respect, the story aligns with modern mental health values of openness and compassion. Early in the global COVID-19 pandemic, Mackesy wrote that, "There's no human on earth who couldn't use a bit more kindness, comfort, or hope or healing." The film, released in late 2022, delivered on that promise. Scenes of silent understanding and gentle embrace act like a balm. Critics have noted that the film emphasizes that seeking help is a sign of strength, not weakness. The horse's maxim about help being brave is a direct message against stigma. In fact, the film was used by therapists. Mackesy's Instagram quote, "Help is the bravest thing," was even displayed in PTSD and mental health clinics. By weaving personal struggle into a fairy tale-like journey, the animation invites viewers young and old to acknowledge pain but also to move forward. The film's tone is gently reassuring. It does not preach or solve problems with a plot twist, rather, it creates a space for quiet reflection. The animation itself, soft pencil lines and watercolor washes, feels as intimate as pages in a journal. In a notable instance, Collider praises how the film preserves the neat yet messy aesthetic of the book, suggesting that each frame is like a sketch you might find tucked in a beloved diary. This aesthetic encourages viewers to absorb each moment: a long look over the moor, a snowflake on a fox's nose, the shimmer of wings in flight. The pacing is deliberately unhurried, more experiential than action-packed. It's as if the audience is invited to sit quietly with the characters. The Independent Review calls it a wake-up call for adults and a world of wisdom for kids, a film that will leave you feeling hopeful and probably a little teary. Emerging from it unaffected is just about impossible. Such comments underscore the film's gentle power. It plants seeds of hope and resilience that stay with the viewer long after the screen fades to black. In just a short runtime, The Boy, the Mole, the Fox, and the Horse made an outsized cultural impact. It became an award-winning sensation. The film won the Academy Award for Best Animated Short Film Oscar in 2023 and the BAFTA for Best Short Animation, among multiple Annie Awards including Best Special Production. It was even nominated for an NAACP Image Award for Outstanding Short Form Animation. These accolades reflect both critical acclaim and industry respect. Apple TV Plus celebrated the Oscar as a win for the strength of our shared humanity, noting that the story has deeply affected audiences around the world and reinforces the strength that can be found in our common humanity. In other words, a corporate press release explicitly credited the film with touching people's hearts globally and spreading empathy. Audience reaction has been equally heartfelt. The film's release on BBC for UK and Apple TV Plus globally over Christmas 2022 turned it into a seasonal phenomenon. Social media buzzed with favorite scenes and quotes. Excerpts of the horse's help speech and the group's final moments under the stars went viral on Instagram and TikTok. Fans of Mackesy's book were utterly delighted to see the art come alive, as Collider noted, with lines literally imported from the text. But even those unfamiliar with the book found the short film touching. In student newspapers and online reviews, The Boy, the Mole, the Fox, and the Horse is called a beautiful and uplifting reminder that no one is alone in feeling alone, a story for a world of anxiety. Its simple truth that we are enough just the way we are, as the Fox says, became a mantra on forums dealing with self-doubt and depression. Academically, educators and analysts have explored the film's themes in various contexts. Literature and philosophy blogs have dissected how Mackesy's picture book conversations resonate with childhood wonder and adult longing. A university publication remarked how the story speaks to identity and inner conflict. The boy is seen as our inner child, the characters as facets of psyche, the journey as existential search. Some critics have debated the story's depth. Is it saccharine platitude or profound wisdom? A Catholic commentator acknowledges that readers might find it either trite or profound, comparing it to Winnie the Pooh but perhaps more serious. He ultimately argues that the book and thus the film reads like scripture in non-religious clothing, rephrasing gospel values of love and charity. While others might dismiss it as too sentimental, its popularity and acclaim suggest that for many people the message truly resonates. At its core, the boy, the mole, the fox, and the horse has become culturally significant as a symbol of compassion in challenging times. Released after years of global hardship, pandemic, social strife, climate anxiety, its emphasis on kindness and connectedness felt refreshing. One producer noted early on that if we've ever needed kindness, we need it now. No human on earth couldn't use a bit more kindness or comfort or hope or healing. The film, arriving in 2022, delivered exactly that. For audiences weary of cynicism, its gentle optimism is a balm. The Guardian quotes Mackesy's editor describing it as a lovely book about having courage in difficult times, about love and friendship, and how that builds resilience. The film amplifies this. It subtly teaches emotional resilience through small acts of empathy. In the quiet aftermath of its release, the film remains a moving testament to simple truths. It shows that a boy can be lost in a storm yet found by friendship. It teaches that the bravest word we can say is help, and that love will always lead us home. As the horse remarks in the final scene, everyone is a bit scared, but we are less scared together. This sentiment lingers. Even the largest amongst us carries fear, yet shared love and mutual support make us strong. If the journey of these four unlikely friends is a metaphor for our human journey, then its moral is that to love is perhaps the greatest success one can achieve. The mole even sums this up in one succinct dialogue. When asked, "What do you think success is?" the mole quietly replies, "To love." This echoes through the film's final moments, reinforcing that kindness, vulnerability, and compassion are not just moral ideals, but true measures of a life well lived. In its poetic animation and gentle narration, The Boy, the Mole, the Fox, and the Horse offers a lullaby of hope and courage. It urges us to accept ourselves and others just as they are, ordinary and extraordinary both, and to remember that in the end, even the smallest acts of love can light up the darkest night. This is a story not just for children, but for anyone who has ever felt lost, afraid, or alone. Like the horse carrying his friends to safety, the film carries its audience upward, whispering that no matter how far we have to go, we love each other, and love brings us home.